Hello and welcome to Prestige Worldwide. Today we have a knife review video of the Spyderco Military. This is one of the first high-end knives that I ever purchased. It was quite a long time ago, in approximately 2007, give or take. This is the original one, an S30V. They do have a new one out that has a compression lock on the back, similar to the Paramilitary 2. This is the OG Spyderco Military in S30V. The blade length is about 3 3/4, maybe just a hair over that. I guess, well, blade length could go back to the handle scales, so it's almost 4. The thickness of the blade is 0.14 inches or 3.5 millimeters. This is truly the knife that started it all for me. It led to quite a bit more knife purchases. So it's got these digital camo G10 scales made on Earth in Golden, Colorado, in the USA, and then it tells you which planet that it was made on, which is Earth. I think it's pretty cool that Spyderco does that. You don't really see that too often. I've got some co-starring items here. Here's the Kaiser Lot Vind. This one is a front flipper in a Bowler N690 steel. Cool little knife. It'll have a full review pretty soon. 3-inch blade. Nice little front flip. Got some Nipex minis. Got a Olight bamboo. Well, it's like a copper, but then it's kind of shaped like bamboo. This is an i3T Plus. Remember Benchmade Bug Out? It's kind of my go-to knife for Amazon packages. Kershaw Launch 16, half serrated. This is the CPM M4 steel. Let's go ahead and check to see how thick this one is. I haven't even measured this one yet. All right, this one's a little thicker than the Spyderco. And for the blade length, let's go ahead and compare a couple of these here. Oh, Glycine Combat 6 watch with the Swiss movement. All right, so we already know this one's about 3 3/4. The Kershaw Launch 16 is about 3.5 inches. Benchmade Bug Out about 3 1/4-ish for the cutting edge. Let's go ahead and weigh some of these. Now I do have a lanyard on this. This was my camp knife for quite a long time, going on river trips, canoe trips, cutting up potatoes and this and that, like just stuff around camp. Very, very useful knife. The profile of the blade with its full flat ground, it is a slicer for food prep. And then of course it's S30V, which is a very rust and corrosion resistant steel. Very impressive. So with the lanyard, oh, okay, let me tear. Okay, there we go. 128 grams, 4.5 ounces. Bug Out, 1.89 ounces. Launch 16, 4 ounces. For fun, we'll do the Lat Vind, 2.29. Now this one has the Boba Fett from Star Wars color scheme, which is pretty random. And of course, the Star Wars brand sort of getting ruined these days for some segments of the audience. Maybe they like the new Star Wars, the social responsibility, anyways, I don't need to get into that. But for old school Star Wars fans, for, like the first few movies, Boba Fett was pretty cool. I also have an Olight Beagle here. Back to the military. So it's got a lock back, and it's probably about a 40%, maybe a 30% lock up here. So you can feel it feels very firm. There's no movement in the blade. It doesn't wiggle or anything like that. I've got some paper to cut. This has been sharpened a few times. I've owned it for, quite a few years, 17 years approximately. Let's go ahead and, all right, yeah, maybe not the best sharpening job. It's a working blade, so it probably has some like micro serrations type deal. It's not like a paper cut. I don't say, oh well, I don't go to campsites and break out college ruled notebook and say, oh look at me, I can cut paper. Some of these new blades that haven't been sharpened by someone like me, could probably cut paper a little better. That's the lat vend. Okay. Yeah, pretty slick there. But if you put these side by side, cutting down a potato, I would definitely want this one in the state that it's currently in, with the blade edge the way it is. And it does have some oxidation, surprisingly, but it's really not very deep into the surface. You could almost wipe it off with your fingernail. I sort of halfway cleaned the blade before I brought it out. But yeah, it's just very, very shallow oxidation there. Okay, well that's all I've got for the Spyderco military. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.